It's been an hour already, so let's finish this and call this a day. And this hand is horrible. What on earth? Let's hope our Impermanage can save us and we draw something that's a 1 card next turn. Our opponent also has a horrible hand. Perfectly fine. Oh, come on. We can make do. We just use a Griffin Rider. Max C. We'll Ash this, otherwise they'll get a Pot of Greed. I believe our 2 Imperms and a Baron would be enough as a board. If they breaked, and this is we don't even need to do that, we just have to Ash their Max C. This is called the DC Cup for a reason. Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here. Today we are taking on the event that's supposed to decide the best players in the game, but ends up being a Draw the Sea contest. The DC Cup. We are now D level 16, finished the boring part of beating people up without dropping levels. Now we reach the daunting part, the last 5 levels. I don't think I ever actually reached D level max before, mostly because I insisted to not use meta decks. And of course I'm doing that this time again, and the deck of choice for this meta is the Ursarctics. Here's the deck. As explained in my last video, we have a very good matchup against Kashtira, and as long as we draw the Kaiju to Pearlies, we can likely win the 2 main matchups. We just press the red button against backrow. Difference from my last video's deck list though, instead of 3 Nibiru's I decided to put in the Adventurer engine. The Adventurer cards have no conflict with Ursarctics since we don't have monsters that activate after being normal summoned. We can't even normal summon most of our deck, which makes it really hard to trigger Fateful Adventure. And the Draco back acts like another copy of Alpha for our deadly Lava Alpha combo. Losing the Nib is quite a shame, it's so good against combo decks, but sadly they are nowhere to be seen other than Cash, which doesn't even take a Nib to win. And with all of that said, let's head on to the duels. Okay, at D level 16, if we want to get to D level max, the shortest would be 8 consecutive wins. But knowing my skill level, that's probably not going to happen. Let's see, our opponent made us go second, that's exactly what we want, but our hand is full of spells. Okay, that's the problem with playing the Adventurer engine. Sometimes you just draw all the parts instead of the starter. Our opponent decides to play backrow. Oh dear, step 4, not good at all. Let's hope we draw the Ash so we can stop Labs. Labs is probably the backrow deck here. Max C is the last thing we want. Okay, save us Wraiths off. Maybe should have used Fateful Adventurer to bait something off, but let's see if this goes. That's a card added. Summon Fenrir is probably not going to resolve. Should I go and make a Synchro level 10 instead? Max C. Okay, I guess I'll just not do anything then. Haha. We'll activate Fateful Adventure, get our Enchantress, and then pitch the Enchantress, and then search the right for next turn. Labs. Should I see? Yes. Not like we have much to see on their turn. Ariana, as expected. Bounce Ariana, doesn't trigger. Enchantress add us right. Now we just have to set an Imperm. I'll set it in one of the rows. Yeah, this is why backrow is so bad for us. Our deck just doesn't take it. All we had to do is to dump cards into it and take the backrow in the goddamn face. Fire Imperm on Ariana. That's a must. Otherwise they'll search any card in their deck. And we just close up a backrow in the meantime. Triggers a big welcome. Return Ariana. Fair play. Not like we can do much against that. Chandraglia. That gives them backrow every turn basically, doesn't it? But the bigger problem is the potential hand rip that is coming towards us. The first Lady of the Labyrinth has a hand rip effect, and that causes a lot of trouble. If we lose a single card, it just becomes a problem. Okay, Fenrir first. Lava Golem not helping. I considered running Denko Sekka before, just to deal with backrow decks, but it turns out if I do that, I sometimes break by not having enough monsters. So, rough times. Drop the Fenrir, search a Fenrir. Absolutely busted thing about Fenrir, it just repays itself. Dropping the Imperm is good for us, I think. We'll fire off the right. And of course he fires it before the Griffin lands. But we'll summon the Griffin, so when their lady comes out or anything, we can negate that. The other lady bounces her, summon the lady. We can't target it with card effects, but we have a kaiju, it's fine. Whew. Job done. Bounce the kaiju back, and we have it for next turn. The thing in our extra deck is probably our Pentastag and the Unicorn. Not going to use those two. Wait, can we deal lethal? 7,000. Let's give that a go. Not like we'll need the Lava Golem. Go into battle. Please just be an Imperm, and yes, that's probably it. Or a called by. Whew! That's a win against the backrow, miraculously. We're supposed to lose to them so bad, but our opponent didn't have a broken hand either. Okay, as always, we go second. Let's hope it's not backrow. Please don't be backrow. Please don't be labs. Our win rate against labs is quite miserable. Even though it's not 0, which is good, it's, yeah, not great. Arabesque. How do you read that? No idea. Equip Harley. That adds an equip spell, and then they bounce her back and summon another one from the deck. Probably the green one, and the green equip spell as well, because they are just too good. Now that I look at it, we have both Raceoff and Fenrir in the hand. That is a bit of a shame because it's completely redundant. Their trap equips an equip spell in their turn. Oh, never mind. This one is the one that special summons from the deck instead. And then equip an equip spell from the hand or grave. Why do they think the whole set would be a good idea on one card? Set the trap, and we can't target them with card effects. We can't destroy them with card effects. At least, I don't see an interaction here. We'll start with Raceoff. Immediately firing off the trap, so we don't have that much to worry about. We should max C, right? Don't really need a synchro level 10 here. They don't particularly help against Mechanicals. What we do want is a Lava Golem or a Kaiju. this one steals a monster on the opponent's turn, they have to equip one. United we stand onto their field. We'll grab the Fenrir now, although we already have a Fenrir in the hand. We cannot target them with card effects. Well, we'll still set it here and call it a day. Until we draw a kaiju, there's nothing we can do. Yeah, Mikankos don't activate, so even Agirin can't help us. Special summon another one. Now he doesn't have targeting protection. We will fire off our Imperm here before we can't do that anymore. At the same time negating their United we stand. Set a card, let's go. Wait, he did not have the green one anymore. That is a mistake. Now we're free to do literally everything. Ah, what's this? Rank 3, Lever. Lever? Ah, he wants to make Zeus. Before the end of the main phase, we will start doing our things. Tribute the Fenrir. We can't summon Fenrir after we summon the Ursarctics. And then Agateiades. Now this will flip the bear face down so he can't even make Zeus. Anything else? Battle phase, nothing except 3 face down cards. Main 2 end phase. We have this game in the bag. What a reversal. We can use Polari here, but I think I want to use Megapolar instead. Taking a backrow is more important than saving a card in the hand this time. Magic Cylinder! Ah, darn, I should have used... Oh well. Correct play here would be using Polari, not popping the back row with Megapolar, and instead using Grand Chariot to pop the back row and the set monster, and then bouncing the Lever, because we know it's not going to his hand. Mistake on our side, but he surrenders anyway, so all good. Oh Jesus Christ, Ricochet is... doesn't even require anything. Let's do this. Lava Golem. Those 2 out. They couldn't even... there's no way anyone could win with that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, looking at our record today is really a shame how we have been just 50-50 the entire time. Like 2 wins, lose 3 wins in a row as well, so... okay. Can't do anything about that. Just getting stopped at every promotion attempt. It's been an hour already, so let's finish this and call this a day. And this hand is horrible. What on earth? Let's hope our Impermanage can save us and we draw something that's a 1 card next turn. Our opponent also has a horrible hand. Perfectly fine. Oh, come on. We can make do. We can make do. We just use Griffin Rider. Max C. We'll ash this, otherwise they'll get a pot of greed. I believe our 2 Imperms and a Baron would be enough as a board. If they breaked, and this is... we don't even need to do that, we just have to ash their Max C. This is called the DC Cup for a reason.